Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video going to be a little different. We're going to talk about mesh, and we'll kind of cover the different types of mesh, but it's really each person's kind of take on it because different people can call it different things. So it's really hard to nail down exactly what everyone would call everything because everybody calls it something different. So we'll kind of go over my ideas, and you may find people that say something different, but as far as this video, this is going to be kind of the way I look at it. We'll also be covering the fact that I am not a fan of Dollar Tree mesh at all. I think that comparably as far as price, you can get a different mesh at one of the fabric stores or craft stores like Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby and get a much superior quality for a very comparable price. But we'll jump on into that and kind of see the differences. Also, I'm doing this video because I showed a picture of my mesh that I'm going to be selling, and I have all of my 5.5 inch mesh online now for purchase at discounted from, manufacturer pricing. Like this was Joann's for $6.99. You might find it 30, 40, 50% off, depends. But it's probably going to be, this is a full metallic strings or strands, and so it's $6.99. On my store it'll be $3. So, but we'll kind of get into that as we go through. We can start with, there are lots of different types of mesh. I didn't have an open 5.5 inch, but this is what I would say is just a basic mesh. It's just polypropylene maybe is the product, but it just is basic. There's no metallic threads going through it. It's just simply strands woven. So it's mesh. So if we say basic mesh, that's what we're talking about. Then you can go to a metallic thread. Oh look, I've got pieces in here. See, I'm so cheap, I don't even throw little pieces like that away. But you can see the metallic threads going through that. Hopefully you can see it. I can't tell because I can't see my camera, but I'll show you a couple more examples and hopefully you'll get to pick it up. So that is kind of a basic, but with metal threads going through it, metallic threads. Here's another one. Ugh, I love these colors. You've seen them a lot in my wreath making recently. And you can see the metallic threads there. So pretty. Actually, nope, this is metallic thread as well. It looks almost like basic, but if you can maybe see some of the sparkles in the threads going through there. So that's a metallic thread. And then we get into full metallic is what I call it, where in between each little section you see each strand has metallic thread running through it. So to me that's full metallic. Here's another example of that. And this one, look, here's another little streak or strand. This one you can see it a little better than on the black, but that's full metallic. Another full metallic. It's a little broader, a little wider on the metallic thread there. These make beautiful, beautiful 4th of July wreaths. And this is a poly burlap. You can tell it's a manufactured type material. The threads are woven, but they are manufactured as opposed to like a jute or a fabric that's made out of like a cotton. This one is a jute twine. You can see the actual jute going through it. And sometimes they're different colors, but you can tell that's actually a jute twine. Excuse me. I don't get through a video without coughing. Usually I'm a voiceover, so I can hide that. And then this one is what I would call a fabric. And it's very similar to a jute twine. You would almost call it a jute twine, but if we pull off a thread here, you can tell, well, if I can get a hold of it, that it's not a jute. Let's pull a jute string. See how the jute, it's like a jute twine, and this is more of a thread. See, this is why I don't do live videos or unedited videos. But there you can tell a little difference in a jute, yet just a thread. And you can feel the difference a little more. So hopefully you can tell that on. That's probably one of the ones where you'll get the most variance from people and what they say and what they call it. Because I would not be mad at somebody that would call this a jute just because it does look like it. But I think it's more of a thread, so it's fabric. But that's just my take on it. Now we get into why I'm not a fan of Dollar Tree mesh. First off, and I just don't get it, I had to go to 3 different stores just to find Dollar Tree mesh. And it's 5 yards, which is 15 feet. And you can see it's just poorly packaged. I mean, it's not even sealed. I did nothing to these yet, but this is probably the best one. But you can see they're not, to me, not professional looking. These, they're heat sealed, and so they're tighter. They just look better. They're going to hold your mesh in place better. I don't want to open these because they are for sale on the website right now, but I will open these to show you. Just right out of Jump Street here, you can see that it's wonky, is what I would say. If you look at something, let me get a comparable piece, not the full metal. If you get a comparable piece here, and this has been opened and it's been rewound several times because you saw I had some other mesh wrapped in there, but you can just see it's straight. Here you're kind of going, so it's just, if you roll it out, and you know, I mean, if you've ever dealt with Dollar Tree mesh, it ravels like crazy. One thing you can see here, the edge isn't even on the edge. I mean, all of these little threads right here are supposed to be on the edge like this, and where it looks like they use a heat thing to burn it. So this is gonna pull up. Yeah, it's not pretty. And then, I mean, all mesh is going to unravel to some degree, or ravel, whichever way you look at that. But here, this is straight out of the thing, and this has been moved around a ton. And you can still see that you can just see the difference there. Oh, one thing though, Dollar Tree mesh is 6 inches as opposed to 5.5 inches. If that ½ inch makes a big difference to you, then, you know, you might have to stick with Dollar Tree stuff. But it, you know, if you took this and folded it in half, that's just a 1/4 inch difference on each side. So, you know, you just determine what you like better. But the feel of it, I mean, this is just so much more, it's not woven as tight, we'll say it that way. You can just feel the difference in quality. And I bought several, not because I'm going to use them. I don't know what I'll do with them. Maybe I'll use them. They make okay cruffles and such because you can hide those edges, but they're still very frustrating to work with because when you try to walk it up, it's going like this all the way up, more so than any other mesh. This is another one. And I did just recently buy all 5 of these, and so I think like this one shows it's Christmas looking. I think that maybe they find rolls in the back or something like that. That one was Valentine's. And I'm making this video in May. But you can see, I open this up, and again, it's just wonky. So if you tried to walk it up, you can see it just kind of all over the place. And clearly, everybody loves it because you can't hardly find it. I've actually seen it online. People will buy stuff at the Dollar Tree and put it online to resell and charge up to like $4 for a Dollar Tree piece. And these, I might put these online, so I don't want to open them, but it was the same. Actually, let's look at this one, because yikes. This one looks even worse. It was more, it's not a Christmassy one. Is it? Yeah, it's still 5 yards, but it sure doesn't feel like it. I mean, you can see the difference just in this. Here again, we've got that same issue where, look at the edges. I mean, it's, the edges where it's supposed to be to keep it from unraveling aren't even close to, like those multi-threads aren't even close to the end of the mesh. Look at the weave in there. It's kind of broken up a little here and there. And the edge, see, this is the problem. It's just coming off the sides. And that's not specific to this piece, you know. This is what I deal with all the time, which is why I do not like it. If you open any of these, like I said, it's, you can see here the edge doesn't have those pieces poking out. So that's my reason for not really liking Dollar Tree mesh. It can be very frustrating to people if you're new at making wreaths, when you're dealing with something this frustrating, that it can turn you off from wanting to use it, or to create, or to make a wreath or some other decorative piece. So that's why I really discourage that, because here's $1 for 15 feet. This, $6.99. I have no idea at Joann's what I paid for it. If we go to like a Hobby Lobby one, then I know pretty much on the half off weeks you'd pay $3.50 for this. This is very comparable to something on the Hobby Lobby would have. So you would pay $3.50 for twice as much. So you're not quite paying twice as much as far as per yard, but you're getting such a better quality and such a better crafting experience that you're not going to be frustrated and just say, forget it all. So I think buying a quality mesh is important. So anyways, you can go to DIYDion.com and see the mesh that's available. And if you buy over $35 worth of mesh, it's free shipping, or anything on the website. I don't have a lot on the website right now. I just took a minute to get all the 5.5 inch mesh up. But I think I'm going to put a few of my wreaths that I've recently done. But yeah, anything over $35 is going to be free shipping. So check it out, get you some good deals. And I did have a subscriber say she wanted some bright, or some green, lime green, I think, and I did find some. So hopefully you're watching, and hopefully you'll go check it out. But if you guys have any questions, please just put them in the comments below. And later this evening I'll be filming another video that's a thank you video, because I think we've hit some pretty big milestones over the last 3 months. And as of today, my channel is exactly 3 months old. So thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you in the next one.